This right here is the world's most sparsely populated country, Mongolia, and it sits next to the world's largest military, China, which ruled Mongolia for hundreds of years. So why hasn't China just invaded Mongolia to take it back? Welcome to Buried Origins. Today we'll be answering exactly that. So let's get into it. In the 1990s, China was still very much a developing economy. In 1995, its GDP wasn't much bigger than Spain's, and the Chinese model of economic growth very much relied on close trade ties with the West, ties which had just been strained by the Tiananmen Square massacre in 1989, and which would be hurt further by invading and annexing an independent UN member state, something the international community was at pains to illegitimize and punish, like when they undid Saddam Hussein's annexation of Kuwait a few years prior. Okay, so it makes sense for the 90s, but why has China in the 21st century tolerated an independent and nearly empty state just 300 miles from Beijing? The short answer is that the repercussions of an invasion outweigh the benefits. From an economic perspective, there's just never really been a reason, as China came to dominate the Mongolian economy, essentially owning all of its mineral resources through contracts and investment. Then from a military perspective, an invasion also hasn't really made sense, as throughout the 2000s and 2010s, Russia gradually re-established itself as a world power, and rebuilt what was supposedly a strong military. And with no Russian troops there, Mongolia is effectively a buffer state between China and Russia.